Hey Paul, today is August 3rd, 2025. You just brought the family with the two boys home from Torrance, and they just got two remote control cars. But anyways, this is what we did today. We changed out the old water filtration system for a new one by iSprings. We ordered on Amazon. From the hardware that the house provides, there's two outlets from the house. There's one on top and then one on the bottom. Throughout this whole procedure, we only use we only use the upper faucet, and we used it by turning that knob on top. Pointing in the direction of the blue is open, and turning 90 degrees to the left is off position. The blue one on the bottom, later on when we turn it on, joins the exit purified water from the system in a T connector that leads out to the upper faucet. Other than that, the upper faucet feeds into the red line. That's the first line that hits the system. But for our red line, we first hit a water leak detection system that we right now have battery powered off. We'll have to add it back on later on. But once that exits the water detection system, it goes through the first of the three filtration systems. When we do change the filters out every 6 months, these are the things that we need to change. Canister 1, 2, and 3, and in here, which is the reverse osmosis membrane. This was pretty messy, so we added in enough tubing so that you can unhook them from these custom-made hooks outside here on the floor and work on the whole system. What you're first gonna do to change the filters is you're gonna open the faucet and let the whole tank empty with both upper and blue feeders to the off position. This allows us to evacuate the tank. Once we evacuate the tank, you can bring the tank outside. Once you have the tank outside, you can now lift the whole system and bring it out. The things that we will need to change is canisters 1, 2, and 3, and the reverse osmosis membrane. Once you've changed out all three filters, the type of filters that you need is in the booklet direction in there. But once you change out the filters and the reverse osmosis membrane, disconnect this red line and connect it to a male-to-male connector to another red line and hang that over the sink. Once you hang that over the sink, you can turn on the upper feeder to an inline position to wash out canisters 1, 2, and 3 without letting all those particulates go into the reverse osmosis membrane. If you don't do that, you're gonna have black water all the time. It's gonna not be right. You're gonna let that flush out for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let it run through all the 3 canisters and filter all that out. Once that's done, turn off the system again in the off position and reconnect this red line back here to this 90-degree angle cap for the reverse osmosis system. Of note, when you did filter out the water system without going through the reverse osmosis membrane, and you connected this red line with a male-to-male connector to another hose to dump into the tank, make sure you tie down that red hose up here so it doesn't fling water all over the place. That's what happened today. All right, so again, once we changed out all the filters, including the reverse osmosis membrane, the first thing to do is still have the bottom feed to off, but have the top feed on with the red connected to male-male connector, with a hose hanging over to the top of the sink, and having something weighing it down so it doesn't fling water all over the place. Once we have 15 minutes of draining and we don't have black and bubbly water anymore, well, you might still have some bubbly water, but if you don't have any black water anymore, then after that, reconnect the red back to the 90-degree angle to now flush the reverse osmosis system with the tank still off. So the tank's going to be off at the second part of the flushing. On the second part of the flushing, we would flush the reverse osmosis membrane with these other 2 stage filters with the faucet in the open position, and you'll collect water there. Run it for another 15 minutes. Once the water looks clear again, turn the faucet off, and now turn the tank to receive water with this parallel and not perpendicular to the yellow. The first tank should be emptied. It takes about 2-3 hours to fill. And then after that, let the tank fill and the system should be good again. I hope this helps you in the future, Paul. Oh yeah. We put Reynolds wrap down here so that the pipes don't fling around and scratch the bottom of the wood. Bye-bye.